Hello and welcome to Providence. I'm KK and this is a general reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs for the week commencing the 5th of August. Thank you for being with me. I hope you're all really well. If you could take a moment to subscribe and like, and if this reading resonates with you, please feel free to leave a comment. I would love to hear about it. So again, this is a collective reading for the sign of Virgo for the 5th of August, the week commencing the 5th of August. It is a general reading. Please take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. So we'll just get one card to start the reading for Virgo, the 5th of August 2019. One card for Virgo for the 5th of August 2015. Where am I? One card for Virgo, Monday the 5th of August 2019. We will get one card to start this reading. One card to start the reading, please. One card. There we are. Oh, the Three of Swords. All right. Let's get the rest of the cards on the deck. So the Three of Swords does talk about disappointments. Can be a bit of a heartbreak card, but let's see what other cards we get on the table. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. So this is a great overarching energy and very in your Virgo element. The Ten of Pentacles speaks of financial security, long-term success, wealth, abundance, prosperity. You got everything you need here, Virgo. So what's going on with this Three of Swords then? All right. Let's see what other cards we have. And we'll get on with the reading. So your current energy is the Three of Swords. Crossing you is the High Priestess. In your foundation is the Six of Cups. In your recent past, we have the King of Pentacles reversed. In your crowning position, oh, I can't get it up, is the Knight of Cups. Prancing in on his palomino. And in your future is the Knight of Swords. Well, the Knight of Swords is making a few appearances this week. I think it's due to us moving into Leo season. But let's have a look at this, shall we? So the Three of Swords. Oh, let me get that up to the camera for you. The Three of Swords can speak of some hurt, some heartbreak, some disappointment, certainly. It's a bit of a sad card, the Three of Swords. There's no way around that. So it's not a great energy to be in. Can be some emotional pain, some sorrow from a situation. And that is your energy that will try to move along for you. But here we have the High Priestess in all her glory. I know some people refer to the Empress as Divine Feminine, but I certainly see the High Priestess up there, sitting next to the Empress in Divine Feminine. A wonderful card, High Priestess, about intuition, about subconscious, about sort of sacred knowledge, but that intuition within. She holds the sacred scrolls. She is the counterpart of the Hierophant, which I don't think a lot of people know. And these columns about beginnings and endings. So she is the traditional seer. She has this power of intuition. So that is what the energy is crossing you. In your foundation, we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups to me speaks of revisiting the past. You sometimes have people from the past pop up, or childhood memories will come to you. You know, a bit of nostalgia, a bit of walking down the old memory path. And in this card is the beautiful imagery of obviously the Six of Cups with their purity of spirit white flowers, but it's a young girl handing over the cup to an elderly lady. I actually think this card is actually about the elderly lady looking back in the past to her childhood. It's quite a beautiful card to me, the Six of Cups. There is an innocence about this card. So that is definitely in your foundation. Something from the past is in your foundations. In your recent past, speaking of the past, is the King of Pentacles, which can pertain to your own element and people in your life that may be a fellow Virgo, a Taurine or a Capricorn. The King of Pentacles is the master of wealth and abundance, financial security. He can be a business owner. You know, he is in leadership positions, is the King of Pentacles. And when in my readings I do refer to he or she, please do not take that literally. It is just the imagery. However, I don't speak of gender specifics unless I really say it to you, and I'm guided to do so. But for me, it's an energy. But with the court cards, it can certainly, for me, pertain to people in your life or your own energy. And I see this in the King of Pentacles, but he's in the reverse position. So, you know, he in the reverse position, the King of Pentacles can certainly speak of, you know, being a little bit obsessed with the material, you know, abundance and social status that has. You know, not using his skills for good. Really, it's a little bit more using his skills for self-promotion in quite a stubborn and selfish way. Sometimes it can also mean bad investments and not seeing clearly through in a practical way. I'm going to leave the King of Pentacles in reverse for the moment, but I do like to change the energy. So when we get to the summary of this, we'll reverse it to try to change those energies for you. But it is in the past, so this is an energy that you're currently coming out of, Virgo. What is crowning you is the Knight of Cups. And I did have a little giggle. I do love the Knight of Cups. It's just this particular, I don't know, for some reason this horse makes me laugh. It's like a My Little Pony. You know, what a beautiful horse. He's kind of prancing around, and you know, I imagine he's shaking his mane in the breeze. You know, it's the kind of horse that a lot of little girls in particular want. You know, the golden palomino. That's nothing to do with the Knight of Cups. That's just the picture that makes me laugh. So the Knight of Cups is certainly about an offering of creativity, of romance. The Knight of Cups is very charming. Just look at his horse. Very graceful, charming, you know, beautiful. You know, the Knight can speak of a younger person to you, and the Knight of Cups certainly does relate to a Cancerian, a Scorpio or a Pisces that might be in your life. But they're certainly bringing an energy and an offering of creative imagination, you know, romantic, beautiful, all those wonderful things that the cups do represent. So it's a lovely energy to have crowning you this week, Virgo. And now we're ending on the Knight of Swords. I think I might have giggled when this came out as well. And for quite different reasons. So the Knight of Swords is a very fast-moving, quickest knight in the deck. You know, while the Knight of Cups is, you know, happily prancing along in the sunshine and bringing you this, the Knight of Swords is certainly at a full canter and coming straight towards you. You know, with his sword raised, you know, quick decisions, quick action. I remarked on the Knight of Swords because the Knight of Swords has certainly come up in a lot of readings for this week. But the Knight of Swords also does embody that Leo energy, but also can relate to Aries and Sagittarius as well. But I feel it's coming through strongly in a lot of people's readings just due to that Leo energy. You know, it's fast, it's action orientated. You know, the Knight of Swords is certainly ambitious and completely driven to succeed. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can have that, you know, act first, think later mentality, but certainly coming to you at a fast pace in your future, you know, which is great. So there is movement, and very quick movement happening for you. Just give me a moment, Virgo, and I'll just review these cards and we'll get into the story of the week for you. And sometimes, Virgo, I do reshuffle cards around as I am guided to do so. As I spoke about the King of Pentacles. I will reverse the King of Pentacles, however it is in your past, but we will speak to the fallen position of its reverse position. But just so we can get that energy moving for you. All right, Virgo. I'm seeing this as a little bit of a love reading. I don't often pick up on love readings or you know, I don't specifically do love readings. I do whatever the cards, you know, obviously fall and advise me to do, but I'm actually seeing this as a bit of a love reading. You do have this overwhelming, overarching, you know, energy of the Ten of Pentacles, which is absolutely in your element. It's very practical. It's long-term success. It's security of wealth, you know, financial abundance, contentment, being very, very secure in all. But I feel with this King of Pentacles that did come out reversed, and in your recent past, there is something to be said that perhaps you've been making decisions. I am seeing this as I am reading this King of Pentacles as you, Virgo. But as I said, it can certainly relate to, you know, either a Capricorn or a Taurian as well. But I think in the reverse position, it's saying that perhaps this long-term goal that you've been working towards has you've become a bit obsessed with it, and I'm seeing this in this long term, even though it's the Pentacle suit. I'm seeing this in I'm feeling this in a love relationship. I think you've been becoming a little bit obsessed about the status behind this love relationship, whether that's being a public status or climbing the ladder, or you've been looking for a long-term partner that can provide this to you, and I think you've been thinking about it the wrong way. It is in the recent past, but then we move into this heartbreak. I think perhaps either it has been a relationship or a third-party relationship the Three of Swords can sometimes speak to. And perhaps somebody has come in and taken your love interest from under your nose, because I think you've been obsessing and a little bit self-absorbed about what this relationship can do for you, rather than having a gratitude towards this person. I am sorry, Virgo. I'm just reading this as I see it, and I do love you also. Please don't get angry with me. The story is unfolding before us. I think the High Priestess crossing you is certainly an indication that your intuition has come into play. in this situation of heartbreak. I think you're realizing intuitively that you have been going about this in the wrong way, about seeking this relationship or in a current relationship. So your intuition is coming in to guide you into this energy of more nostalgia. You know, what were you looking for, you know, in a relationship when you were younger? You've turned the King of Pentacles reversed energy into the upright position. So you're seeing very mentally clearly now. And there is a nostalgia that you're chasing. Maybe it's about your own parents, I suppose, and their relationship and the qualities in there, rather than being obsessed with sort of the status and the wealth that you may be able to create long term. You know, so you're certainly reflecting back into your childhood memories. And then crowning you, we have this glorious Knight of Cups coming through, which is all about these emotions and probably nostalgic emotions that you do feel. You know, this is about beauty and charm, creativity, absolutely bringing you a gift of love. You know, so certainly changing these energies around and pointing you in the right direction through your intuition about what this relationship needs to be. You know, it needs to be about love, and it needs to be about beauty and gratitude. So this is what the Knight of Cups is arriving to offer you. And when I say the Knight of Cups is arriving, it can be a person, and certainly it could be a Piscean, a Scorpio, or a Cancerian. But I feel this is an energy coming towards you from your intuition. The High Priestess is also very caught up. I see the High Priestess as a Pisces card, which is also relating to the cups. So it is all about this intuition coming through to you to remind you, you know, relationships are about gratitude and beauty and charm and all the wondrousness. So the Knight energy is coming in to offer you this. And I think very quickly after accepting the Knight of Cups offer of love and what love really means to you, Virgo, you're seeing this very quick action of the Knight of Swords. This is about passion. You know, this is about passion, about creating this absolute abundance and long-term success that you are so longing for, as we are all longing for, but this abundance and prosperity. The Knight of Swords is bringing this in very, very quickly to you. As I said, it is about intellectual power and, you know, ambition and driven to succeed. But swords are also about passion. It certainly could be somebody coming in, you know, a younger person perhaps than you, or I guess being a knight, depending on your age. But as I said, I don't read gender. So the energy coming in is this fast-paced passion. You know, I must make this happen. I now see the truth. This intuition, the High Priestess has brought you the truth about your foundation and the nostalgia about love, with the Knight of Cups offering you all that love can be. And the Knight of Swords is bringing this quickly in. You know, you're fast going to act on this. You now see it. Now that we've got the King of Pentacles in the upright position, your mental clarity has come back and you're seeing the situation very clearly. The Knight of Swords could also relate to an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarian, you know, coming in to claim you as their love, you know, very, very quickly. This could be what this third-party situation is. Maybe you've been deciding between two different love options, you know, one that could bring you this reversed energy of superficialness, I see it as, you know, public status and the wealth you can create. And the other option is absolutely this passion, this charm, this beauty, this gratitude that love is. And this is what the Knight of Swords is bringing you in very, very, very quickly. How wonderful for you, Virgo. I'm glad that the energy is moving quickly from this reverse position and into such a passionate and action-orientated situation in love that is going to bring you this long-term success and this long-term abundance and prosperity with the Ten of Pentacles that you so want. I've just reached across because I've picked up my deck of spirit animal oracle cards, and I always take one last message from spirit in the weekly readings from this deck. So let's see what spirit has to bring you in, Virgo. What messages what last message can we get for Virgo for the week commencing the 5th of August? What messages can we get for Virgo? One last message for Virgo for the week of the 5th of August. One last message for Virgo for the week of 5th of August. Let's see what Spirit wants to tell you. One last message, please, Spirit. For Virgo in the week 5th of August. For Virgo in the week of 5th of August. For Virgo, week 5th of August. Cool. Virgo, one message, please. Yep, there it is. Wombat, be at home. Be at home. For those that aren't in Australia, the wombat's an Australian marsupial. These aren't Australian cards. I am Australian. It is the number 68 for those that may resonate. And the wombat is a marsupial Australian creature. I was going to say the wombat looks like a very small bear. But that's probably not doing the wombat any justice. But for those who have never seen a wombat, just to get you, you know, some imagery in your mind. But be at home. The wombat burrows and lives in a den. It's a very close to the ground creature. Moves around very quietly and slowly. But I just love these cards. So be at home is the wombat spirit, and I think the wombat spirit is probably speaking to this nostalgia, this trip down memory lane that we were speaking of before in the Six of Cups. It's a very curious energy. Just give me a second and we'll look up the wombat spirit, because I'm not so familiar with the wombat. I don't think I've ever had the wombat come out. So this is especially for you, Virgo. Burrowing deep into the ground, remaining safe and sound and well fed with family is the special trait of the wombat. Home sweet home is always available if you recognise that well-being is the truth of life. Wombat spirit reminds you that to be truly at home in the world, you need to find comfort within your own skin. By doing this and accepting all you experience without judgment through a deep honesty and love of life. Everything you do from this place rings true in harmony with Spirit. I think this is an excellent last message from Spirit, because I think this is actually summing up. I think with this, you are trying to create this abundant, prosperous, long-term home for yourself, secure. This is where you like to live in, Virgo, absolutely. And I think with this King of Pentacles energy in your recent past that was in reverse, I don't think you've been seeing that home is where the heart is. I think you've been concentrating and slightly focused on the wrong things when it comes to relationships within your home, your partnerships, and certainly in a love relationship. Your intuition is coming in. To bring you this nostalgia about home, what home is. Home is where the heart is, and the Knight of Cups is bringing you this offering of heart, this offering of beauty and charm, with the Knight of Swords coming in very quickly with this passion and this action-orientated, quick decisions. So I certainly think this Three of Swords is a bit of a third-party situation, or two options, I think is a better way to describe it. And I think, you know, with Wombat Spirit coming in, that home is where the heart is, and be at home with Wombat Spirit. Absolutely great reading, Virgo. I wish you all the best with the week ahead. I hope that you find the right decisions to bring you this abundance and prosperity that you're so longing in your life. If this has resonated with you, please click the subscribe, like buttons, and please leave me a message in the comment section. I would love to know what is going on for you this week. Until next week, I wish you much love and light, and bye-bye.